and an exhale out through the mouth. One more time like that. So deep, full inhale. And then a real sigh of relief or release on the exhale. And feel that the whole body is heavy onto the floor. Feel the connection between the back of the body and the mat. And take a moment to look inwards and see how you're doing this evening. Become aware of physical sensations. Anything that you may be feeling emotionally. And also noting your mood and your energy. And know that as we move through the practice this evening, you're always welcome to rest when you need to, modify when you need to, use your props when they're helpful. Either keep the hands where they are or rest both hands, one on top of the other, on top of your heart. And there is an opportunity, if you like, to set an intention. We'll take an inhale together. And send out those intentions with your exhale. We'll bring your knees in, give them a squeeze, and a rock from side to side. We'll feel that through the back, lower, middle, upper back, and shoulders. And then place the left foot on the mat, extend your right leg up to the ceiling, interlace around the back of the right thigh. And we'll take some ankle rolls. A couple of times in each direction, point and flex. And as you do that, you're really feeling into the foot, into the ankle. And then hold it now into the flex position, so kicking up through the heel. Press the heel away from you and draw the leg in any amount. So you want to feel the stretch down the back of the right leg, just the sweet spot. So it's not kind of trembling, but you can definitely feel something happening. And relax the shoulders, the face. Take a couple of breaths here. And release the hands and take figure four. So the right ankle crossing over the left thigh. Let the right knee open up and then go ahead and thread the needle. Both hands lace around the back of the left thigh. Left foot just dangling down, right foot flexed. And pull that left leg in until you find that sweet spot again in the outside of the right hip. And take a couple more breaths. Release the hands and bring both feet down onto the mat, knees bent. And pause, take a moment to feel that. switch sides. Extend the left leg up. Interlace around the left thigh. Ankle rolls. And you can point and flex. See if you can spread the toes out. And then come into that flex position, pressing out through the heel, drawing the leg in any amounts of shoulders and face. And deepen the breath. Release the hands, figure 4 on your left. Interlace around the back of the right thigh, thread the needle. Let the right foot hang down and flex the left foot. And breathe into that opening through the left hip, maybe some release through the lower back. Now release the hands, bring both feet down and pause. Just take a moment. Bring your feet to the edges of the mat, knees bent, arms out to the sides, either like a T or elbows bent. And you're going to start to windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. So the feet stay on the edges of the mat and flexed. And you roll the knees from one side to the other and do it nice and slowly. You can really feel there's quite a lot going on through the hips, the glutes, the lower back. And the next time that the knees roll to your left, hold it, still with the feet on the edges of the mat. Push your right hip forwards. You can hold it like this or maybe bring the left heel up onto that right thigh. Take a couple of breaths here. Come back through center and over to the right. The feet still on the edges of the mat. Press that left hip forwards. Hold it here or right heel onto the left thigh. And then bring the knees back to center. Hug them in. We're going to rock along the length of the spine this time, if that's comfortable for you. If not, just come all the way up and over, and we're going to meet on all fours. So bring the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And spread the fingers out wide. A few rounds of cow and cat. On your inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. And continue to move with your breath. Inhaling to look up. Exhale to round in. Now keep going. If you need to make it a little bit freestyle, go ahead. We're going to come into a neutral spine, tuck the toes, and lift up to downward facing dog. And a little bend in the knees, so you can really press into the hands and lift the sit bones up and back, and then start to slowly pedal out the feet. We're not just doing it for the sake of it, but really feeling into the backs of the legs, the feet, the ankles, maybe into the hips. And then slow this movement down and come to stillness here. So press into your hands, shoulders away from the ears. Look back towards your toes. On an inhale, come up onto tiptoes. And the exhale, lower the heels back and down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, they sink down. 1 more time. Inhale to come up. Exhale, heels down. Come forwards into a plank position, either high plank or you can modify with your knees down. Take an inhale here. Use your exhale to lower down onto your belly. And we'll take 3 baby cobras. So look down, lift the hands a little bit off the mat, strengthen up the legs. On your inhale, lift the chest and the hands. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. 1 more time. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, come up through all 4s. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. And take 3 breaths. We'll follow each breath in. Each breath out. On your next inhale, come forwards into your plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Tops of the feet down. Inhale for cobra. Press into the hands. Come up a little bit higher this time. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times. Pressing into the hands. Inhale, peel the chest up. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale to come up. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to release. Inhale, come up through the knees or plank. Exhale, take it back to down dog. Take 3 breaths. One more time. Inhale into a plank. Exhale to lower down onto your belly. This time, tented fingers out to the side so the elbows are up at right angles, forehead down. On your inhale, press into your fingertips and lift the chest. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, you lift up and bend the right knee. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up and the left knee bends. Exhale down. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale through the knees or plank. Exhale back to down dog. 3 breaths. On your next exhale, look forwards, step or hop to the top of the mat, and take a halfway lift. Inhale, hands on the shins, a long spine. So take rounding out of the upper back, shoulders away from the ears. Stick your bum out, crown of the head away from you. On your exhale, fold forwards. We'll take ragdoll so the feet are at least hip width. Fold over bent knees. Option to bring the hands or the little fingers into the elbow creases, or you can interlace behind the back. And then wherever you are, give the head a shake out, yes and no. And maybe a little sway from side to side, or backwards and forwards. And then come to stillness here. Release the hands down. Wiggle the feet to the edges of the mat. Toes slightly out, heels slightly in, and we're going to sink down into a squat. Hands in prayer. We're not going to hold it that long because we're going to flow a little bit. So on your next exhale, release the hands down, lift the hips up, head down. Inhale back into your squat. Exhale to forward fold. 2 more times. Inhale, you squat. Exhale to fold in. Inhale, your squat. Last time. Exhale, fold forwards, heel toe the feet together towards each other. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold in. On your next inhale, rise all the way up to stand, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart. And be still, no fidgeting. Stabilize the breath. Feel anything that might be coming up for you. And release the hands down. We go through sun salute A. On your inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to fold forwards. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale back to your plank, high plank or modify with the knees. Take an inhale here. And use your exhale to lower down. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, meeting in down dog. Take 5 breaths. Your next exhale, look forwards. Make your way to the top of the mat and take a halfway lift. Inhale, fold in with the exhale. Inhale, rise up. And we'll keep flowing on your exhale, fold back in. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, back to plank. And inhale in your plank. Exhale, you lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. For 5 breaths. Use your next exhale to look forwards. Make your way to the top and take a halfway lift. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, rise all the way up with the inhale. Flowing through one more time, forward fold with your exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale back to plank. And an inhale here. Exhale to lower down. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale to down dog. Five breaths. So when you're holding, always coming back to the breath. Couple more breaths here. And then bring the knees down for child's pose. The knees wide to the edges of the mat, big toes to touch, seat to heels, and the forehead rests either on the mat or your arms or a block. And the option to bring your hands into prayer and then bend the elbows and bring the thumbs onto the back of the neck. If you've taken that position, walk the elbows forwards, soften the chest down. And a couple more breaths. Extend the arms forwards if they're not there already. Come up to all fours. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. On an inhale, the right leg lifts up, three-legged dog. And the exhale draws the knee to the nose. Step the right foot through and the back knee comes down, low lunge. So the option is to use your blocks, either one block on either side or one block in the middle. And the hips sink down, chest lifts up. And just spend a moment here, let that hip open, the quad release. We shift back to half split, so pull the hips directly above the back knee and flex the right foot, the right toes point up. If the hamstring's tight, bend the knee as much as you want to. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, so we're leaning forwards. Just a couple of breaths here. On your inhale, come back into the low lunge. We'll add in a twist. So left hand down, either on your mat or block is a nice option. The right hand reaches up. And there's this long line from your left hand to your right hand. And you can stay just like this, or you can start to bend that left knee, left heel coming in towards you. Maybe the right hand reaches the left foot. And that's when the block is really helpful. And then turn. So from your waistline, turn the right shoulder open. And keep sinking the hips down. And then you breathe deeply into those strongest sensations. One more breath. Look down, take the hands down, pick up the back knee, and we'll take a quarter turn to the left side of your mat. The feet are parallel. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold forwards, let the head go. The crown of the head dangles down. The sit bones tilt up. And then check in with your feet. You want to feel pressure through the whole of the sole of the feet. So not just leaning forwards or hanging on the heels, but spreading the weight through the feet. Give the head a shake. And there is always the option to keep the knees a little bit bent. On your next inhale, come up halfway, hands under the shoulders. Walk the hands round to the top of the mat, pivot the feet, and step back to downward facing dog. Now you can choose, you can stay here or take child's pose, or if you wish, you go through your vinyasa, one breath, one movement. One more breath and we move on to the second side. On an inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, rock forwards and step the left foot through. Drop the back knee down, low lunge, hands on the mat or your blocks. Breathing here. And we shift back to half splits. Pull the hips back and flex the left foot.
Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. So it's really sticking out your bum, leaning the chest forwards. We'll come back into your lunge and we'll take the twist. Right hand down, the left hand reaches up. As you reach up, press into the right hand. Reach up, lean back. And the option to add in your quad stretch, so bending the back knee. You could just hold it like that, or maybe the left hand comes to the right foot. And turn from the belly button to the left shoulder. You might notice one side feels a little bit different to the other. Maybe some days you can easily grab that back foot, other days it's just not available at all. That's all right, just normal. Look down, take the hands down. Pick up the back knee, a quarter turn to the right side of your mat for Prasarita, so the feet are parallel. The option this time to interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift and lengthen, open the chest. Stick out your bum, little bend in the knees. Then you hinge at the hips. Let the head go. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the knuckles up towards the ceiling. And then any movement that feels good. So you can sway from side to side. Bend and straighten alternate legs. They'll rock backwards and forwards. And then release the hands down. Halfway lift on an inhale. Walk the hands round to the top of the mat and step back to downward facing dog. Take an inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through the mouth. And you choose, you can rest or you can flow through. One breath, one movement. We'll meet either in down dog or child's pose for 5 breaths. And coming back to down dog if you're not there already. On your exhale, look forwards, step or hop to the top. Take a halfway lift, inhale, and fold in with your exhale. Take another breath here. Take the feet to the edges of the mat, bend the knees and squat down. And we'll flow with the breath. So the exhale, hands down, hips up, fold in. Inhale, sink back down into your squat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, squat. One more time. Exhale to fold forwards. Sink back down into your squat. We're going to hold it for 5 breaths. So if you want to practice crow, go ahead. If you want to grab your block and take a seat, go ahead. We got 5 more breaths. Ish. And when you're in your squat, really press the palms, bring the thumbs into the chest and elbows into the knees, and then you can hug the knees into the elbows, and that kind of supports you. A couple more breaths. We'll meet in a standing forward fold, hands and head down, bum up.
heel, turn feet towards each other. Give the head a shake out, roll out the wrists. On your next inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Smooth out the breath. And remember your intention. Release the arms down by the sides. Big toes come to touch or the feet stay hip width for chair pose. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, sit down into chair. 2 more breaths. You can really squeeze the legs together, hug the belly in, sit a little bit deeper. And on an exhale, fold forwards. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, the right leg lifts up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the right foot through. Release the back knee down. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, pull back to your half splits. Inhale, rock forwards. Exhale, back. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, back. Come back into your lunge. Lift the back knee. Turn to the left side of your mat, feet are parallel. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands onto the hips. On your next inhale, press into the feet and stand up. Warrior 2, the right toes face the top of the mat. Bend into the right knee, so you might need to adjust your feet a little bit. Arms out parallel to the floor, gazing over the front hand. And then make any adjustments that you need. Make as much space as you can. And ease off on the effort. Now flip the front palm and reverse. And the legs stay in that position. We're in that side stretch through the right side. On your next inhale, flow through to side angle, forearm to thigh, reach your left hand up, and then extend it over the left ear. And then sink down a little bit more into your right knee. On your next exhale, look down, place the hands either side of the front foot, pick up the back heel, and step back to a plank. Now your choice, either push back to down dog, or keep flowing through your vinyasa, exhaling to lower down. Inhale to peel up into your back bend. Exhale back to down dog. Take 2 breaths here. Second side, inhale to lift the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Left foot through. Back knee down, low lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, half splits. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Inhale. One more time. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low lunge. Pick up the back knee and pivot to the right side of your mat. Prasarita, inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold in.
Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands onto the hips. Inhale to rise up. Warrior two on the left. Turn the left toes to the top of the mat. Shift the feet. Extend the arms. And settle in. Flip the front palm and reverse. Inhale through to side angle. On your exhale, look down, place the hands down, step back to plank. Take an inhale here. Use your exhale either to float through or push back to down facing dog. On your next exhale, look forwards. Step or hop to the top and take a halfway lift. Inhale. Fold in with your exhale. Take another breath. Big toes to touch, your feet hip width. Chair pose. Sit down. Reach up. On your next inhale, stand tall. Bring the hands to the heart. Stabilize the breath. Arms by the sides, flowing through one more time. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, sit down into chair. Take an inhale here. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale back to down dog. Inhale to lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale to step the right foot through. Low lunge with the back knee down. Take an inhale here. Exhale, half splits. Inhale forwards. Pick up the back knee, turn to your left. Prasarita. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the hips. A little bend in the knees as you rise up. Inhale. Warrior two. Turn the right toes to the top of the mat. Bend the right knee. Good. Flip the front palm and reverse. Inhale through to side angle. Left hand onto the left hip. And we're going to move into half moon. So if you have a block, grab your block. If not, you can just pretend. So you bring the weight into the right leg, right foot. If you're using your block, the block is roughly 18 inches away from your right foot. Flex the left foot. Start to lift the left leg up. So you're pressing into the right hand, pressing into the right foot, lifting the left leg up, turning to your left, reaching the left hand up, maybe you bend the left knee and find your foot. But again, some days that happens, some days it doesn't. Use your foundation, keep pressing down to lift up. Couple more breaths. When you wobble and fall out, come back in. Now, if you've got that grip, release to your half moon. A graceful step back to your warrior two. Breathing. Use your next exhale to windmill the hands down, either side of the front foot, and step back to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Check in. See how you're doing. Now you can stay here or take child's pose or flow through the vinyasa. Your choice. No rush. And we meet in down dog, and we're going to go through that on the second side. Use your inhale to lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Use all of the breath. Exhale, steps the left foot through, and release the back knee down, low lunge. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to shift back, calf splits. Inhale, come forwards. Pick up the back knee. Turn to the right side of your mat for Prasarita. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, you fold in. Inhale for a halfway lift. Use the whole of your exhale to bring the hands onto the hips. The whole inhale to rise up. Warrior two on the left. Turn the toes to the front of the mat. I've changed sides, so hopefully that won't confuse you. Both arms parallel. Flip the front palm, reverse. Inhale, side angle. Right hand onto the right hip for warrior two. Not warrior two, half moon. Grab your block, prop, water bottle, whatever you're using. Find that foundation first. The left foot touching down, the left hand touching down. Then the right leg starts to lift up. And then lengthen from your crown to your right heel. If you feel steady, the right hand can lift up. Then you might bend the right knee, grab your foot. If you've got all of that, maybe the left hand hovers off the floor of your block. Give it a go. One more breath. Good. And then you're going to release the bind and step back to warrior two. Well done. Take a breath. See how you're doing. On your next exhale, windmill the hands down and frame the front foot. Step back to down dog. Now you choose. Stay in down dog, take child's pose, or a final vinyasa. And when you're ready, we'll all meet in child's pose. And start to deepen the breath. As you inhale, feel the breath moving down into the belly, into the sides, into the back, into the ribs and the shoulders. And as you exhale, everything contracts in and there's a sense of release, a sense of grounding. Big inhales and full exhales. So staying in child's pose, we'll thread the needle, just bringing the right arm through.
The right shoulder, the right side of the head comes down. Left hand can stay extended forward or take half a bind around the back. Extend both arms forwards and we'll switch sides. Left arm threading through, turn to your right. That same deep breath. Extend both arms forwards. Some forehead rolls on the mat. Walk your hands in, come up to sit. And we're going to make our way down onto our backs. So bump the hips to one side, have a block near you, and make your way all the way down. Knees bent, feet flat. And feet are in bridge position, so you can just tap your heels with the tips of the middle fingers. And press the hands down, press your arms down, shoulder blades squeeze under the back. On your inhale, lift the hips up. You can stay with the hands pressing down, or you can interlace the fingers behind the back. And press the back of the head down, lift the chin up, shoulders down, arms and hands press down, and you press into your feet, lift the hips a little bit higher. 2 more breaths. When you're ready, bring the back down. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. And the hands can rest wherever they want to be. Close the eyes. Observe what you're feeling, where you're feeling it. Now bring the knees back up, plant the feet, grab your block. We're going to take a supported bridge. You press into the feet. I'm going to use my block on the lowest setting, so lowest, middle, highest. That's the lowest setting. Lift the hips up, slide that under the sacrum. So the flat triangular bone right at the base of the spine, just above the bum crack. And that should feel comfortable. You can just let the pelvis rest down. Shouldn't feel like anything's digging in. If it does, adjust it. It shouldn't be in the lower back. It shouldn't be in the small of the back. It's right under the sacrum. And then, so find that comfortable position. Let your arms come into a comfortable position. Maybe a squeeze of the shoulder blades together. You can either keep your knees bent, or for some people, it might feel okay to straighten the legs. I think that depends really on how high the block is. But whatever you do, just make the legs comfortable, so it doesn't feel like you're holding any effort. So feel the pelvis supported on your block. You can even just do this on a pillow, cushion. Feel the feet on the mat, check in with the legs, make sure they are relaxed. And the arms in a comfortable position. The eyes and the mouth are softly closed. And bring your awareness back onto your breath. Observing each breath in. And then just lengthening slightly each exhale. The inhale is still long, but the exhale a little bit longer. If you want to do a mental count, you may, for example, be inhaling for a count of 4, and then you're lengthening your exhale to a count of 5 or 6, or whatever works best for you. You're only ever doing it in a way that feels comfortable, easy, and it should never feel stressful. Now you're welcome to stay in this position, or just gently lift the hips up, slide the block out, lower the back down, and move into Shavasana. We'll take the next few minutes just to be quiet and still, and you may stay with that breath awareness, lengthening your exhale, or just let go of the breath altogether. We will be quiet, and I will let you know when it's time to come out of the practice. You're very welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like. If you are ready to ease yourself out of the practice, start to take a few rounds of deeper breath. And move your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, any other movement that feels natural for you. And bring the knees in, roll to one side, make your way up to sit. We'll meet seated with the hands in prayer. And taking a moment to feel the benefits of your practice in the body, in the mind, and in your breath. Bring the thumbs to the third eye. Remember your intention. And bow the head to the heart to seal the practice. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.